Hi guys, and welcome back to the SN Studio for another video battle reports. So we are back after nearly 7 weeks of lockdown here in Gibraltar without playing any games at the studio, sadly. But I have been up to some really different games at home, which I hope you've all enjoyed it, especially those of you on SN Plus, which I did do a couple of more games for you there. But yeah, we are back. Gibraltar has lowered down the restrictions finally here after a 6 or 7 week lockdown. Shops are starting to open again, personal trainers are working again, hairdressers are open again. As you can see, I've shaved my head. I couldn't wait for the hairdressers to open, so I just went and just did my own haircut, really short haircut. And there, things like tattoo parlors are opened again, and that fits us in that category as well. So we are going to have some restrictions. We will be only doing battle reports with 2 people, so there will not be a battle report for the next at least couple of weeks where I'm actually reporting on 2 other players. We're just going to keep it to a 2 player minimum inside the studio. Obviously hygiene is really important, constantly cleaning our hands. And yeah, we're very excited anyway to do it. And of course, when we're recording, there's going to be a couple of things different. We're always going to try and keep a distance. Obviously, there's going to be some instances where I will be closer to Shaggy than I normally would. But yeah, it's things that we just have to get used to, and this is why I'm actually explaining the army now by myself instead of having the 2 armies on display. But that will change slowly, hopefully. But at the moment, this is how we're going to do it, and we always try and stay as safe as possible whilst we're doing it. So today we're running Hive Fleet Titan, the Tyranid studio army, as Hive Fleet Kronos. And I've built a list around Kronos, so there's a lot of shooty units which hopefully do a lot of damage against Shaggy's Ultramarines. Shaggy's built a really nice list, which has been doing really well. He's been winning a lot of the games, and obviously Space Marines and Ultramarines are very competitive at the moment. They're probably one of the best armies out there. So I've built an army where I think I can compete against his list specifically, and obviously I've got a lot of hard-hitting weapons to try and actually beat him. I don't think I've beaten him with Tyranids. I don't think I've actually played him with Tyranids. I may be wrong, so I'm looking forward to it. So without further ado, I'm going to go straight onto the lists. I've got a battalion and I've got a spearhead detachment. And in the battalion, to start with, my 2 HQs there are the Swarmlords. I don't leave my house without him, especially when I use Genestealers for the double move. He's an absolutely beast. He's an absolute beast. So I always like to take him there. So Swarmlord filling up the first slot in the HQs, and then for my second HQ, I've got this Broodlord. I've given him the free relic, so he's using the orb, the new relic orb from the latest book, and what that does is he actually gets +1 to cast, and he knows an extra psychic power, or can do an extra psychic power, and can deny an extra psychic power. So that basically gives him Catalyst, which he has, and Smite in a turn, and then obviously can deny 2, which is really good. The +1 is also great because that means I'm more powerfully smiting for the D6 on the roll of a 10 and not an 11 or 12. And then troop choices, I've got 3 units of Genestealers, I've got 2 units of 14 Genestealers, and then a bigger unit, which I always like to do because that's the one that obviously moves forward the quickest using the Swarmlord rule. That's a unit of 18 Genestealers. And then I've got for my 4th slot, I've got a unit of 10 Termagants, and that's the 4th troop choice in there. And then for my elite slot in the battalion, I've got a unit of 5 Hive Guard with the Impaler cannon. So ignore line of sight, ignore cover as well. They're really good. Hopefully I can find a nice place here in the deployment where I can actually hide from Shaggy's las cannons and stalkers, so they don't die very quickly. But they're another unit that I always take. They're just very good. The strength 8 is fantastic as well. And then we move over to the Spearhead heavy support choices. I've got 2 Tyrannofexes. I normally don't run them, and if I run Tyrannofexes, I normally go for the acid spray, which is really good. You know, we've got so many shots, 2d6 shots. If they do more move, it's 4d6 shots, strength 6. They're just really good. But I've gone for Rupture Cannons this time. I do want to go through those Contemptors, and the range on them is great as well. Strength 10, -3, damage d6. If they don't move, it's 6 shots per Tyrannofex. The only problem is obviously the -4, which I don't like, especially with Tigurius on the table, giving a -1 to a unit, which is probably the unit I'm going to fire at. So yeah, but I've brought them out today and see how they go today. And then on the other side, on my right hand side, I've got 2 Exocrines, and I have actually upgraded these guys. So what I've done is I've given them, let me just check here. Okay, so I haven't got a Warlord trait, even though my Warlord is the Malanthrope. I haven't actually given him a Warlord trait because I have used one of the adaptive physiology rules to give a 5-up invulnerable save to one of the Exocrines. And you also, if you've got a wound step by step, you always go to the highest. You always double the amount of wounds on there, so it's really good, especially on Exocrines. And then I pay an extra CP to give the same to the second Exocrine there. So quite resilient, 3-up save, 12 wounds, toughness 8, which is really good. And then the icing on the cake is basically the 5+ invulnerable, which gives them the survivability you actually want. And then moving, I've already spoken about him a bit, but leading that detachment is the Malanthrope. -1 to hit is really good. Not as good as you want it to be, especially when you play things like Space Marines, as they do have Chapter Master. Shaggy has a Chapter Master and he rerolls everything, so I don't think it's going to be game breaking for me to have that -1. But look, sometimes maybe those rerolls which he does reroll fail again, so it's always good to have. And I think that's basically it. Yeah, that's my Warlord trait. My Warlord trait is given on to him. I have spent an extra CP. I have gone through my free Relic. And then something I've missed out is the Swarmlord's psychic spells. I've actually given him Catalyst again. I like to have 2 units on the table with Catalyst. I think Catalyst is very important in competitive play. So I have given him Catalyst as well. And then I've gone for the Kronos Symbiostorm power from the new book, which is really good when you have shooty units. Every roll of a 6 to hit generates an extra hit automatically. So yeah, very excited. New list, playing Shaggy, which is always enjoyable to see. So yeah, let's move on now to Shaggy's list. Catch you back now.
Thank you, Pardo. And guys, it's good to be back. It's been 7 long weeks at least for me since I last played the game. I was going crazy and I wanted to get back on the table as soon as possible. And here we are. Tweaked the list a little bit this time. I've got Kalga in with a lieutenant. So basically I've got the full rerolls that normally Guilliman would give, but for 100 points cheaper. I know I get the extra range of aura with Guilliman, but I don't really move us forward enough as I need to with Guilliman. So hoping that Kalga can do the job that needs to be done. And here we are. So I've got a battalion and a vanguard. So straight in, we've got the battalion with Kalga leading the charge as my warlord. He's got the warlord trait Adept of the Codex, which gives it on a 5-up. I get a command point back when I spend one. It's a good command point farm, even though I will be having Tigurius, second HQ there, as backup for Scryer's Gaze to make sure I do get command points back every turn. I do use a lot of command points, and hopefully you'll see me use them throughout the game. So I want to end with command points, and I've been talking to a few forums they suggest this is the way to go, and I would have to agree. Next, we've got the Lieutenant, who will be carrying the Seal of Oath. As some of you know, the Seal of Oath rerolls to hit and to wound on a target, anyone within 6 inches of him. He's great. It's a great relic. It was actually a relic that Pardo first thought of when we were talking about building the Ultramarines. Then we've got Victrix Honor Guard. They are, since I've got Calgar, they're not in any troop choice or anything like that, because they don't need to be, so they don't actually take up any slots. Then we've got the 2 Eliminator squads in this detachment. The Infiltrators are also in the detachment. They're great for capturing objectives, move forward, and then just support. Eliminators specifically are great for that. Target characters, it's great. Then we've got the 2 Intercessor units with Stalker Bolt rifles. I still rate Stalker Bolt rifles over the rapid fire ones, the normal bolt rifles, because the damage too. It's fantastic. I mean, I just can't go any other way. Plus, the stratagem to target characters is immense. Take out a character quite quickly, a few lucky 6s while you are rolling, and you've got mortal wounds going down, plus 2 damage. I mean, you have to go that way. Then, going on to the Vanguard, we've got the Captain in Phobos armor. He will just be helping the units moving forward, rerolling 1 state. Nothing more you want there. Tigerius is in that detachment, just because I couldn't fill the other one. He's doing 2 litanies a turn for, I think it's 85 points, 95 points. He's got a lot of good weaponry, he's a good loadout, and the mission it is, I must kill Tyranids with Cassius. He's fantastic. Then going into the elite choices, we've got the Apothecary. He is now my Chief Apothecary for a command point, meaning he can reroll the bring him back to life. It's good because it's a 4-up, so from 50-50 you get to reroll and you're probably going to bring something back. Then we go into the aggressors. 6 aggressors. They are amazing, fantastic, I love them. I want more of them. So much shooting, especially since in Tactical Doctrine I count as if I stood still. It's a lot of shooting. I protect them as well with an extra relic for the Apothecary, where he has a 5-up invul for anyone within an inch. So they have a 5-up invul. And also he has the, I think it's the Father of Time, I think it is. Basically he gives a 6-up Feel No Pain. I wish it was a 5-up, but we can't all have an extra Feel No Pain. Then I've got the Banner. So if anyone dies around the banner, they'll be firing back on 4s, plus an extra leadership. Why wouldn't you? And lastly, my 2 Relic Contempt Dreadknots. If you use these, you know why I've brought them. If you don't know why I've brought them, you need to get some, because these are fantastic. You can also drop them into normal Contempt Dreadknots, but since I had the points relics, they've also got a 6-up Feel No Pain. I mean, this is a good all-round list. It can hit hard. It can take damage. We'll see how it goes with this NID list. If it gets in close, I'm hoping I can take damage and hit back. So we'll see what happens. So I'll leave it to Pardo to finish off the intro, and see you now.
So there you have it, Shaggy's list on the table. Beautiful army, thanks to Benji there. We are playing on this fantastic new board, which goes fantastically with this mat as well. So we've got like an urban type of abandoned depot with obviously these rocks with this slime coming out, which gives a really good vibe for the Tyranids. And yeah, that's it. Straight onto the game we can go, so we'll catch you back after deployment. See you now. here we go, boys and girls. Both armies now deployed on the table and ready for war. So here we are in Imperial Outpost Kalanox 4, ready for battle as the Tyranids swarm in onto this Imperial Bastion. Now, hi Shaggy.
It's defended by me.
It's defended by Ultramarines. Classic matchup here, and we're all very excited because these two armies look absolutely gorgeous on this terrain map. So, you have actually won the roll-off and you have decided to go first.
I did.
I did roll for the deployment and we are playing Hammer and Anvil, and the 6 objectives are now on the table, so I'll just quickly go through them. So there's one just there, there's one just there, there's just one in no man's land there, and then number 2, number 1, and I believe there's another one around here. Yes, there it is. So I think we have to move it a bit further in because we need to be 6 inches from the table edge. So those are the 6 on the table now. So let's go through deployment now. Do you want to go first, Shaggy? Do you want to go through your deployment? Just let us a quick brief of how we've deployed and basically if there's any units which have deployed because of a certain way. Just go through that.
Okay, so I basically deployed the blob of aggressors here with the Victrix Honor God right in front to protect them. You got the Contemptors right behind and the HQ bubble here on the side, defended by the 2 Intercessor units on the sides. I have put the Eliminator and Captain a bit more defensively because if not they would get swarmed by the Tyranids.
Yeah, so making good use of the high ruin there. So we are using these as ruin, so they have a 1-up at the moment, which is really good.
Yes.
They're really survivable, especially with my army, which is quite shooty.
Yeah. Okay. So I needed them in a better defensive position. I've faced off against Nids before and deployed them a bit too aggressive.
Yeah.
So
and they just got munched up.
Yes, basically. And then finally the infiltrators here, the same reason, don't want them too far forward.
Yeah.
It'll give you an easy charge and an easy kill.
Yeah.
And I don't want that.
Exactly that. So yeah, that's Shaggy's deployment. We're very excited to actually have the Apothecary now in play because you have been playtesting it and you did use it in one of the events.
Yep.
I believe you mentioned it at the beginning, I don't remember. So we're very excited for that. And now moving on to my side, new list, as you have just heard me at the beginning of the battle report. So new list, I am using a very shooty list, which I'm very excited about as well. And I'm going to quickly go through my deployment. So Hammer and Anvil isn't the best for me, but my guns are quite long range. I do have 48 inch range on these guns and 36 on these guns and the Hive Guard as well. So what I've done is I've split the forces for especially the infantry in 2 parts. So I've got most of the infantry on this side, just hopefully trying to flank the Ultramarines on either side, especially as his castle is in the middle, so I could actually flank either side if I go through those intercessors and what are those called again?
The
infiltrators on either side, which aren't protected but they are resilient, 2 wounds each, so they are still quite good. And then, so moving on to the left flank, I've got another unit of the 14 Genestealers, and the Broodlord is just beside him there for extra resilience there. And then what I've done is I've done my own little castle here with the -1 to hit, so the 2 extra crimes with the 5+ invulnerable and save in the front, and then I've got my 2 Tyrannofexes in the back. Hopefully that -1, we know we're playing Marines, they have a lot of rerolls, especially with Kalga, which rerolls like a chapter master, doesn't he?
Well, that's because he is a chapter master.
Yeah, because exactly. So, but the new chapter master rules.
Of course.
So the -1 isn't going to do a lot against Marines, but look, maybe
can do something.
Yeah, you do have to reroll some of those. So yeah, it's looking good. And then I've tried to make the most about this rock. So the Hive Guard do ignore line of sight, so I've tried to hide them as much as possible. And if I can't hide from them, that would make Shaggy actually have to move some of his main units.
Yep.
And then lastly, we've got the Swarmlords here, just going in the middle of a lot of the units just to try and buff up one of the units, which I still don't know which one it's going to be. So I just wanted him to have as many options as possible.
Definitely.
And yeah, that's my list. Shaggy, I presume you do want to go first.
Yes, I would.
So I do have to steal the initiative,
You
or
try.
hope to steal the initiative, because I do want to go first. Any units I remove from the table before they shoot is always good, especially against
100%.
Space Marines. So yeah, I don't think I've missed anything, have I? We are a bit rusty. First game back in the studio.
Yeah.
I think it's just that. I think it's straight on to stealing the initiative.
Why not? Let's
we have
go.
been practicing ITC, so it was a bit confusing to see if we stole or not, because we obviously, with the ITC rules, we are not stealing at the moment. But in this game, Maelstrom of War, we do steal the initiative. And will this be the day that High Fleet Titan steal the initiative? 6.
No.
Do I get +1, Shaggy?
I don't think so, Tim.
So on to turn 1 for Shaggy and the Ultramarines we go.
Well, I think before we do that, I think we're going to do rapid redeployment.
Okay,
because I have noticed that you were kind of cheeky and hid your Swarmlord behind a rock.
Yeah.
I think we're going to move my two.
I tried to. It was the perfect like angle from the rock that my Swarmlord could. So okay, but we'll do that off camera because it'll be part of your movement anyway.
Yeah.
And do you want to do on camera your litanies?
I would if I get a dice.
Okay, yeah, just get a dice. We can do that, and then we'll just do the movement off camera.
Okay, so what I'll do is I will do recitation of focus.
Okay.
If I don't break more of the scenery. On this unit over here.
Yep, what does that do?
Recitation of focus gives them a +1 to hit in a shooting phase.
Okay.
That doesn't go off.
Okay.
And we shall do Catechism of Fire on this unit as well.
Okay.
Sorry, on this one, yeah.
On this one, on the right side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Goes
so
off.
that one goes off. Perfect. Okay. So now you're done. We can see you after movement. Catch you back now. Okay, so here we go. Shaggy's movement over, and his cards are now on the table. So he has Supremacy, Defend Objective 2, and Witch Hunter. So quite good cards for the opening turn.
Very good cards.
Supremacy you have already picked up, basically, because you are within 3 inches of this one. You are within 3 inches of this one, and Kalga is just standing on one. So that's a good one. Witch Hunter. There's 2 witches to hunt down, and then Defend Objective 2 is actually this one. So very good cards to start off with. Okay. Now, there's a couple of things we have to mention. I do want to talk of me wanting to use prepared positions, but it's the heavy doctrine. There's a lot of heavy weapons on your side. Most of them are heavy 3. AP -3, so these become heavy -3. The Stalkers become -3 as well, and the las cannons become -4.
Yeah.
So it's not worth it for me to actually use prepared positions.
Yeah.
And then there was something else I wanted to add. So you do have your lieutenant with your
Seal of Oath.
Seal of Oath.
Yeah.
Which gives reroll to hit and to wound against one of my units.
Yep.
And you chose a Swarmlord. I knew that was coming, but for you viewers at home that probably haven't played with this relic before, he actually can choose that, which is really good relic. So yeah, that's about it. Anything else we wanted to mention?
Yeah. Kalga's Warlord trait, Adept of the Codex, allows me to roll to see if I get a command point back from the 2 that I spent for redeployment. Yeah. So I'll roll that now on a 5-up. No, don't get a command point back for that.
And the redeployment just to make sure. So the 2 Contemptors have moved to that side, and then these Intercessors on that side have actually moved a bit more.
Well, I use the redeployment here. That way I wouldn't get any minuses or anything like that. So they moved in the redeployment. Yeah. And not in the movement.
Then onto your movement phase, the castle has moved up as we thought so. And then what hasn't moved up are these Infiltrators again. Basically, for the viewers at home, Shaggy hasn't moved up because he doesn't want to get closer to these Genestealers on this side, because remember they can advance and charge. And then he does have Supremacy, so he does need to stay within range of this objective. So basically the only things that can actually shoot, I think, are
the Eliminators? The Eliminators.
Correct me if I'm wrong. So it's the Eliminators, the 2 units of Intercessors and the Relic Contemptors.
Yep, that's
perfect. So yeah, that's the movement over. We'll catch you back for the Psychic phase. Okay, Psychic phase. What are you going to start off?
Okay, so I'm going to start off with Precognition.
Okay.
In case you ever get it close in or whatever, he'll have his invul.
Yeah.
So nice and easy on a 5. Goes off.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do Scryer's Gaze, see if I get a command point back. Because that's what I'll use it for.
It's a 5 as well, isn't it?
That is a 7.
7, alright.
6, because he gets a +1.
Okay.
So that goes
yeah,
off.
11, 12 basically.
Yeah, I don't think
so 1 command point back, which is always good to have. And is that the end of the Psychic phase?
That's the end of the Psychic.
Okay, do you want to go into some shooting?
We can go into some shooting if you
like.
like.
Let's start it off then. Let's start the shooting phase off.
So we'll do, I think, the one that we all are hoping for. Contemptors into your Swarmlord.
Both have line of sight on them.
Both have line of sight.
Okay,
and,
perfect.
Hopefully.
Okay, so let's go with the one closest to me first.
Okay, so hitting on 2s, rerolling. All hit.
Yep.
And then wounding on 3s, I'm assuming, because it's toughness.
Tough to 7.
7, so 3s. Rerolling the 1 and 2. So just 3 wounds.
Okay, 3 wounds. He has rolled the 2 as well, because remember, his Relic grants all
full rerolls
within 6 inches to reroll to hit and 2 wounds. Okay, so I do have a 4-up invulnerable here. I do pass 2. Do I roll one of them? I do have to actually start trying to save him, so I will start with this reroll for my first command point. So 4-up, and that's a 6. So I can't complain about that.
Very good. That's a good use of that command point. Yeah. Next Relic. Okay. All hit. Reroll the 1.
Please fail.
I do. So 3 wounds again.
Okay, so 4-up, and I can't reroll any of these.
Oh, lovely.
That's a very good start for me, Shaggy, because
that's big.
4 last cannons hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s, rerolling, and I've actually saved them all. So I have a really good smile on my face, which you can't see.
I think you should.
I can't see. Okay, so let's go on to next units.
Next unit, we'll do the Eliminators, trying to take out the Swarmlord, or at least wound him a little bit.
Okay.
We'll do both units at the same time.
Yeah, do you want on the D3? You can actually kill him.
I won't
with
be able
1
to,
unit.
I won't be able to kill him with 1 unit.
Yeah, because you can do a maximum of 9 wounds, can't you?
I'm using the Sergeant.
Anyway.
Exactly.
I've got 12 wounds anyway, so yeah, you can do the 2 units at the same time.
So I'll be using the Sergeants from each unit to give them a +1 to wound as well.
Perfect.
So they're hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. Oh, that's 1. Oh, ran away.
Okay.
And then wounding on 4s.
Because they're strength.
Because the strength 5.
So yeah,
so 5.
Wounding
and then +1. So that's a mortal wound anyway.
Okay, mortal wounds plus 3. Minus 3, they become so 4-ups again. Wow, double, triple 5 now. My smile is getting even bigger now. So 1 mortal wound.
Okay, excellent. What we'll do now is we will use the target sighted stratagem.
Okay.
On this unit over here.
Yeah, so that's 3 command points, isn't it?
3 command points.
And you can target character
with this unit over here.
The closest.
And we're going to target
obviously the little Broodlord there on the side. Poor thing.
Will he survive it?
No, I don't think
so. I don't know, man.
Well, I've been rolling hot.
Okay, so they're hitting on 3s.
Yep.
Rerolling. 1 over here. So that's all hit.
Okay.
And then toughness.
Toughness is 5.
So 4s. Rerolling 1s. The strength 5.
No, the strength 4.
Oh, strength 4. Sorry. So 5.
Yeah.
Sorry. So 5s to wound. Rerolling 1s. Then over here. So you've got 5 saves and 4 mortal wounds already.
Okay, 4 mortal wounds already. That is very true.
So fail 1 and he dies.
Yeah, because they are damage.
Damage 3.
Damage 2, 3 against vehicles.
No, that's only you. That's only you. You see, this is what I mean.
Damage 2.
It's been 7 weeks, guys. 7 weeks.
How many saves do I have to do?
You need to do 5 saves.
Okay, 5 saves coming up. So 5 ups. That's my invulnerable saves. Ooh. Oh, nearly. So he is actually dead due to those mortal wounds.
Bye.
Due to those mortal wounds. So first strike for you. Which is really good.
Yeah, and I complete one of my cards as well, Witch Hunter.
Yeah, that's true because he is a Witch Hunter. He is a witch.
He's a witch.
And he's just been hunted.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we do the last
one?
Squad? And that's the end of your turn, isn't it?
Yeah, we will go for, I think, that unit over there. What's the range of your synapse?
You did do the litany on them, didn't you?
Yes.
So the closest target would be actually them.
Yeah.
Meaning that you do get a +1 to wound, which is always good.
What is the range of your synapse?
My synapse range for my Swarmlord is actually 18, so it's quite a lot.
Okay, so you're fine then.
Yeah.
Okay, so hitting on 4s, because I moved and they're heavy.
Yep.
But I reroll.
Yep, you roll fully.
Not bad. And then wounding, toughness?
My toughness is 4, yeah.
Okay, so
3 is now because of the litany.
Yeah. Rerolling 1 because of the lieutenant.
Yeah.
And that's it. So 5. No, 6. 6. Yep.
So 1 more clear for me. I do have a 5-up invulnerable save. So 5 ups. So 3 dead, which isn't bad.
Not bad at all.
Okay, and I think that concludes your turn, doesn't it?
Just the captain in Phobos armor. I want to see if he's in range. I think it's
just measure up. We'll cut it off and we'll do the his shooting at the end. Catch you back now. Okay, so cheeky shot. His range is just 30, so he's not in range of the Swarmlord. So he's just going to have a cheeky shot into these Genestealers here. So hitting on 2s.
Rerolling
ones.
Nope. Rerolls.
That was quick. So that concludes your turn now.
Yes.
We check your cards now. You do get Supremacy for D3, so do you want to roll for that?
2.
Okay, so 2 points there. And then you're defending 2 at the moment, so we can put this card here just to remind us. And you did get Witch Hunter, which is quite good. So 3 points plus first strike, taking you to 4 points at the moment on your turn 1. Perfect. On to turn 1 for High Fleet Titan we go. Catch you back now. Okay, we're back. My cards now on the table. Just to make sure that we didn't point out that I did have to choose one of Shaggy's tactical cards, and I didn't say it on camera, but it was the obviously defend objective 2. So if he actually scores that, he gets an extra point there. So going on to my cards now, not the best of cards, but let's see what I can do. So Dominate, I do need to do 3 psychic powers to get a victory point. The Swarmlord can only do 2, and the Broodlord is already dead. But there's a stratagem that for 1 CP I can do an extra one. So hoping to do that with an extra command point there. Devour, so I do need to kill something, at least 1 unit in close combat, which this Genestealer unit is probably going to get into combat. And then Michigan Critical, I rolled a 2, which is good because it's this objective, meaning that if these Genestealers get into that combat, I will be scoring that mission critical objective.
Okay.
And movement, basically, I've just advanced for movement plus 4 inches on there, and the same on that side where Shaggy is. Just on that unit, and then all the rest of these units except the Swarmlord that has moved up a bit hasn't actually moved. I do need to take some of these shooty units, especially those aggressors, out before I can actually start moving these big blobs of Genestealers on this side at least. And yeah, this unit has stayed the same, and like I said, everything's actually stayed exactly as it is. Did you want to say something, Shaggy?
Yeah, I'll pick the Devour card for the extra point.
Okay, so this one's your cards?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, because you are quite resilient. I do have a lot of attacks, but it's the one that...
I think it's going to be the harder one. I did think of saying Dominate to force you to use that command point. Yeah. But I think you'll do it.
I need to get it anyway, so yeah, that's the end of my movement. We'll catch you back for the psychic phase. Coming right up. Okay, back to it now. Psychic phase. Something that Shaggy has pointed out is that the Swarmlord isn't within range of the Smite, so it's something we actually have to check before we actually do. So I'll do these 2 psychic powers, and then I'll check if I can actually do a Smite, even though just to cast it, if you know what I mean, to actually get the point. So we are going to check that, but we will do the other 2 psychic spells first. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do Catalyst onto this unit, which I do need a 6, and that's a pass, and Shaggy isn't in denial range. And then what I will do is I will use the Kronos spell Symbiostorm, so I will do Symbiostorm onto the Hive Gun there for extra hits on 6s. I do need a 6 as well, and that's a... I need to reroll this. Yeah, I will reroll this, Shaggy.
Okay.
Work 1 point. No, that's a fail still, so that means that that card is actually out already. So we will check the Smite to see if I can actually cast it or not, just to have check it. But that means that that card is now not an option, even if I spend a CP to cast Smite. So sadly, I haven't managed to get that cyclic spell off. That's the end of my cyclic phase. Into the shooting phase we go. Catch you back now. Okay, here we go. Starting off the shooting phase, we've got the Hive Guard firing into the aggressors there. They do have a -1 to it because we forgot to mention, because of
Master of Prescience.
Master of Prescience from Tigurius.
Yep.
So I am hitting on 4s, not 3s now. And I will re-roll 1s because of Kronos. Okay, so it isn't a bad roll there. So 4 misses. And now my strength is 8, your toughness is 5, so I am wounding on 3s. Okay, so 4 wounds.
2, 3, 4 minus?
-2.
-2, so 5 ups.
5 ups.
So I make 2 to go through.
2 go through.
Damage.
And they are damage D3, so I have to roll for them. I can kill 1 at a time anyway, so I'll do 1 at a time. So that's 2 plus 3, so you can do
2,
them.
feel no pains.
Yeah.
6 ups. No.
No, and then an extra 3.
An extra 3, that should kill 1.
He's got 1 wound left only.
Yeah, so it should kill 1. It does kill 1 guy.
So 1's dead. Happy with that.
And I will see if he can fire back.
Okay, cool.
Banner.
Is he in range
Banner.
of anything?
He was going to be in range of there.
Yeah.
Let's just confirm. Yeah,
they're all
going to be in range. So 4 up. No.
Okay, perfect.
So we'll take 1 off.
Okay, so let's move on now to the... I'll go for the exocrines next, and they will be shooting again into the aggressors, which do have a -1, but I do have to take these out. So they got 6 shots. They do have an extra 6 shots if they don't move, so a total of 6 shots. And they are hitting on 3s, making them hitting on 4s now. And again, I do reroll 1s. Okay, so take these 1s, 2s, and 3s off. They get the +1 to hits because they haven't moved, and then you get a -1. So I'm normally hitting on 4s.
Oh, right, okay.
To 3s, and then...
Yeah, back to 4s.
Okay, and then my strength is 7, so 3s to wound. Ooh, not very good. So 3 wounds, Shaggy. -3.
-3, so 5 ups.
Okay.
Because of the Warlord Relic. So 1 saved, 2 go through.
Damage to each.
Damage to each. So 4, or else 1 dies as well. So 1 dies because 3 wounds go through.
Okay.
See if I can
shoot back.
Yes,
cool.
I will be shooting back.
I will do prepare some dice.
Yes.
And we'll catch you back now for the volley of shots coming into the Genestealers. Catch you back now. Okay, so here we go, 12 shots, because remember you can only shoot 1 gun when you're using the banner. So 12 shots hitting on 3s, reroll.
Okay, reroll these. So all hits.
Yep. And now 4 wounds, rerolling 1s.
Just 1. So that is 10. Sorry,
no,
11.
And there's another 3 there, Shaggy.
Is there? Oh, yeah, sorry, 10.
So 2, 4, 6, 8, no? 2,
there
4,
is.
6, 8, yeah?
Because I can count.
Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 5s and 5s, yeah? So pass 3.
Yep.
And then 5s again from Catalyst. And so 4 dropped isn't bad.
Not bad at all.
Can't complain. So yeah, we'll catch you back now for my next unit shooting. Catch you back now. Okay, so I was going to go into the aggressors, but they are very scary when they shoot back, and I do need this unit to actually get in combat next turn. And then again, I am in range into these intercessors. They don't have the -1, and my guns are damage 2. Yep. So just a change of tactic here. I will go with the 12 shots into these intercessors. I do need 3 ups here.
You're rolling the 1?
Rerolling the 1 because of Kronos, thank you very much. Okay, and just to make sure this unit goes all the way to there, that's why I do have line of sight with that extra crane there. Okay, and strength 7, so I am wounding on 3s. That isn't a very good roll. So 4 dropped, that's 5 wounds at -3.
5 at -3, so 6s on these?
Yes.
So all go through?
Yeah, so damage 2, so that's 5 dead, but there is a couple in banner range there.
Well, it's not just banner range, but feel no pain range.
Okay, perfect.
So they're all within feel no pain range. So 5 went through, so first one, so saves 1.
wound, so 1 at a time now.
Yeah, so...
no, 2 at a time.
2 at a time, 2 at a time. Yeah. So next one, so 1 intercessor dead.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll leave that bunch there.
Yeah.
Next one, that's another intercessor dead.
Yeah, and last one.
And no, 2 more. So
2 more.
yeah, so
okay.
there's another intercessor
so
dead.
3 dead for now.
Yeah. And 1 on 1 wound. Okay.
And now from those 3 that are dead,
yep.
I think they're all in range. Just check if these 3 are the closest. I think these 2 will be within 6 inches, but this one. Okay, just before. So then try and see if that one's within 6 inches because reminds as well. Yeah, he's out, isn't he?
I think
he's out.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can take any of these out and then just take those out. But that's the sergeant, isn't it?
Yes, he is because he's baldy.
Okay, do you want to take the sergeant out?
No, I don't want to take a sergeant.
Okay, so only one is firing back.
Actually, I will take the sergeant out
because you do have a +1 to your leadership anyway with your Ultramarines.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 firing back. What targets?
Let's go for your Genestealers.
Okay, same Genestealers here. Yeah, you do want to take them out.
Actually, no, I will go for your Swarmlord if they can see. I'm not even going to get into it. Yeah, Genestealers.
Okay.
So 3s.
Do they? 4s.
Sorry, 4s to shoot back. So 1 shot. He hits.
Yep. And he doesn't wound.
Okay.
You do still have the litany, I guess, but you do need 3s anyway.
Yeah.
So that means that... so 1 more is dead.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so next up, I will start with the Tyranids next, and I will be shooting... I'll start shooting at this squad up here.
Okay.
In the top. So I do normally get 3 shots, but I haven't moved, so I get another 3 shots there. They don't have a -1 to hit, do they?
They do not have a -1.
So I am hitting on 3s.
Yep.
And I am re-rolling 1s.
Nice.
Okay. And then strength 10, so 2 to wounds.
So all
all wound and -3 on these. So you do have a 4-up save, which is really good.
Right. So 4-ups. So 3 saved, 2 go through.
2 go through. These are D6 damage each.
D6.
Yeah. So first one is dead,
and
second one is also dead. So
okay.
2 dead there, and now I'm going to have a little think about, if you don't mind, Shaggy, to see what the next Tyran effect shoots at. So we'll catch you back now. So a mistake there, which I will roll again instead of actually going back steps. So the Tyran effects is actually hit on 4s, not 3s. So into the same unit again, hitting on 4s, and there is where it goes horribly wrong. I do reroll 1s, so only 1 hit and 2s to wound, which doesn't wound.
That's called being a good guy, people. That's what happens when you're a good guy.
Okay, so the next one will just go into the same unit there.
That's fair.
Okay, so 6 shots, hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s, and this is why I don't take Tyran effects. 2s to wound, 2 wounds, -3, so 4.
2. So 1 save, 1 goes through.
D6 damage. And there's where you get a 1. I will try and kill 1 out. I haven't re-rolled in the shooting phase. So yeah, that's 1 dead. Yeah. That's a 3. Okay, so 1 dead from that. 2 Tyranids. 2 Tyranids. But something that I want to mention, a lot of you will probably say, why haven't you gone into the Contemptors? It's because actually this rock here moved the line of sight off of them. So
the redeployment was worth it.
It worked. You didn't do it on purpose.
Not even on purpose.
That's the funny thing. So yeah, what I will do now is I'll use the Hive Commander rule to actually move these guys again. up, and then I will maybe shoot with the stratagem. I will shoot the Hive Gun again, but I'll just have a think about that. So we'll catch you back now. Okay, so I have decided, and I am going to use a single-minded annihilation to shoot with them again. And now this is where I've been thinking about it a lot. So I have moved the Genestealers again with the Swarmlord's rule, and now Shaggy has nicely reminded me about his stratagem called
Defensive Focus. So
up to 3 other units within 6 inches of the unit I'm actually charging can actually fire Overwatch, which is very scary, especially when those aggressors there. So it's now or never, and there's a 50-50 chance of them firing back. So what I will do is I will fire at them. I should have actually shot some other stuff at them, and I should have used the extra damage, the pathogenic slime I think it's called, which gives him a +1 to the damage output of the weapon. Should have done that on at least one of the extra crimes, but then again I'm a bit rusty with the nids, so let's see how it happens. So again, 10 shots coming in hot into the aggressors there in the center, hitting on -1 +1, so fours.
Does it normally hit on fours?
They normally hit on threes.
They normally hit, so then threes.
So threes, yeah. No,
fours.
They don't.
Fours because they don't get a +1.
No, they normally hit on threes and you get a -1.
But you do reroll ones.
Yeah.
So that one and that one.
Okay, so 2 ones, which fail anyway. Okay, so 6 go through, 5 go through.
Okay.
Which is the average, and wounding on threes. So 4 wounds at -2.
So 5 ups. So all go through.
All go through. These are D3 damage each, so I'll do one at a time. So just one, the first one, so feel no pain.
Goes through.
Okay. Second one is also 1.
Nope. Also.
Okay, so I needed 3 dice to kill 1, maybe. So 2 damage on that one.
Yep.
Yeah, so 1 dead, and hopefully I do get a 5 or 6. And this one I do get it, so 3 wounds, 5 and 6s.
I need a 6 here.
It's just 6s, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
just 6s.
So one's on 1 wound left, and 1 is slain. Do you want to roll to see if we
I would love
shoots
to.
back?
I would love to.
Hopefully you don't get a 4 here, but let's see how it goes. No.
I am going to come out.
No.
It is going to happen.
Naughty boy.
It is going to happen.
No. Okay, so 1's dead, 1's on 1 wound, but I still have to get all the aftermath of all the Overwatch. So before we actually cut off, I'm just going to roll for my charges. They are going to Overwatch anyway, so I might as well charge. No, I can't. They do have a lot of extra. I don't really want to. I don't really want extra attacks. I do have feel no pain. Yeah, let's just do it. They can heroically intervene.
If you get too close, they can heroically intervene.
Just 3 inches?
Yeah, just.
Okay, so I don't have to. I can probably move this way. So I'll charge both of them. I might as well charge both of them. They do make the charge.
Actually, don't charge. All right. Here's the thing. If you charge both of them, I don't need to use my 2 command points.
Oh yes, this is true.
I automatically get to Overwatch.
Thanks, Shaggy. Let's just do that.
Yeah.
So I'll just charge them, and I'll probably tag them in anyway.
Yeah. So
we'll do all the Overwatch off camera because there's a lot of shots coming in, and then we'll do the wound rolls when we're back. Catch you back now. Okay, so not a lot of wounds, which I'm very happy about. So only 6 wounds went through from the aggressors. I do have a 5 ups. And 5 ups again from Catalyst, so 3 passed already. 3 dropped, only 2 die.
Very nice.
That's good, and only 1 went through from the intercessors. So again, 5 up, followed by 2. Yeah, because these are damage 2. So 1 more slain there. So that's 3. I will move them up now into combat, and we'll go into the fight phase. Catch you back now. Okay, here we go, fight phase. I haven't actually tagged the aggressors here, because I don't want extra attacks going on me, and as well I do have mission critical objective, so that means that I do take off his defend, and I get my points for mission critical if I actually survive this and manage to kill some. Okay, so hitting on 3s. Okay, doesn't look like a great roll. There's a lot of 1s and 2s again here. Might have to burn these dice.
There's a 2 there as well.
2's there, and then wounding on 4s.
Ooh. Yeah, burn the dice.
Okay, so 3 are minus I think 3 there are minus 3.
3, I think, yeah.
Yep, and then
Damage 1?
Damage 1, yeah, you need to upgrade them to... sorry, no, the Rending claws are minus 4 on 6s, so we won't have saves there.
Through.
So, and then 3 saves at minus 1.
Okay, so those 3, I will do the 6 up Feel No Pains.
Okay, do you want to do them now? Yeah.
So, 1 for the one guy there.
Yeah.
He's dead.
So he's dead, and these need 6s. So yeah, 1's on 1 wound, so you can move that wound counter. Yeah. And then you do need 3 extra wounds at minus 1.
So 3 at minus 1, so
4s, followed by 6 ups.
So 4s are fine, and then that 1 to save that one guy.
Yeah.
No, he dies.
So 2 dead. That's not bad. Okay, so Shaggy, do you want to do your attacks back?
I would love to. So I believe it's 2 attacks a guy.
Yeah, +1 for shock assault, so 3 attacks each, and then +1 for the sergeant. So
which
3,
is
6,
dead.
9. Ah, it's dead. Okay, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 attacks.
9, 12, and
1 on the floor. Okay. All right, sitting on 3. Just to make sure, guys, he was within, not within 6 inches. That's why he hasn't got the extra attacks from the banner.
Yep. Okay. Take off all the 1s and 2s, and 4s.
4s.
So we have 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5.
5.
5.
Okay.
Not bad.
So 5 ups. And 5 ups again, so no saves for now. 5 ups again. And no, so that's 5 dead. 3, 4, 5. That means that there is more models still on your side than my side. So
yeah,
means that you do capture it. I've got 9 attacks there. I do need to kill 2.
You know what the other thing is?
Yeah.
You're out of synapse range.
Yeah, that's true.
So they're probably going to die to morale. Yeah, so if you're going to do any crazy shenanigans, you might as well do it now.
It's not worth it.
Because
because if I actually kill 3, I do die from sign-ups anyway, so I don't grab the objective.
True. So yeah, it's a waste of
points. Of points. Yeah. So I was planning to attack again if I didn't get so many deaths through, but man, I should have saved at least 2.
You should.
With 5 up followed by 5 ups, but that's how it goes. And that's. Am I within 18 inches, Shaggy? Do you mind measuring?
Yeah, of course.
Because the sign-ups is actually 18 within him, from him. So he's actually in.
Well, let's say that you piled in and you went.
Yeah,
and that gives you that extra bit.
He's actually in anyway.
Yeah, so you're fine with sign-ups.
So I'm fine. So do I attack again and try and kill a couple more? It's a bit crazy to do this.
You could hope that I fail morale.
As well, but let's try and kill a couple more. So yeah, let's attack again. Let me just check how many command points it is, and I'll attack again. I was gonna spend 3 CP, but Shaggy has just mentioned that if I spend my last, that would be my last 3 CP. Yeah. So I won't do it. I've just worked out more or less the average, and I won't kill what I want. So I'm staying without. I'm hoping for Shaggy to fail his leadership. Which do you want to do your leadership now? So that's the only thing. How many have you lost there?
I've lost 3. But that does have the sergeant and the banner. They're leadership 10. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, just roll.
So
we've lost 5 there.
5 plus 2.
That's fine. That's 7, which is
fine for a normal intercessor. But being Ultramarine, I'm leadership 8.
Now I'm fearless because I am within 18.
So you're good to go.
I don't need to do any leadership tests there.
Yeah.
So what have I scored? Basically, I haven't scored anything because I haven't killed anything in the fight phase. Mission Critical 2 is actually contested, and he has more models than me, so he actually gets it, so I don't even get this. So I haven't scored any points. I haven't got first strike either. Ouch.
But I do get 2 points.
You do get 2 points. So
3.
You get 3 points there. 3. Yeah. So that takes you to 6.
6 points. 6 no. 7 with first strike.
Yes. No. Yeah. No.
Yeah, because that all gets put into the same.
The 3 was with first strike already.
Witch Hunter.
Yeah, you just
supremacy gives me 2. I rolled and it gives me 2.
You got a 2 there. Yeah. Okay, so 3 plus 1, 4, so 7. 7-0. Ouch. Okay, so we'll move on to turn 2 for the Ultramarines. Catch you back after movement. Okay, movement over. Turn 2 for the Ultramarines, and the whole army has probably moved forward slightly
Yeah.
and repositioned all along these ranks, and the 2 Contemptors have shuffled up towards me just to get to line of sight into the Swarmlord. And yeah, so cards wise, very good cards again, which I didn't want. So Champions of the Imperium, so kill a character. Assassinators kill a character, which is really good because if he actually kills a character, he will get a lot of points. And then Blood and Guts is kill something in the fight phase, which he probably will with these guys. That's why he hasn't fallen back with those intercessors. Now we do have to do litanies before we actually move on. So litanies.
Yeah. So Tigris was up here before the movement.
Okay.
So he'll
gave
do both.
-1 to them.
Yeah. Cassius will be doing both litanies onto this unit.
Okay, and the -1 from...
The -1 will probably be on this unit, but that happens in your turn. So at the beginning of the enemy turn, so I can choose which.
Okay, so litanies before movement, obviously.
Yeah, litanies. So what happen here?
+1 to hit on the intercessor squad.
Recitation of focus.
Yep.
Nope.
Again fails, and then
Catechism of Fire
onto
the same unit.
Onto the same unit. Okay.
Goes
passes. Okay, so Catechism of Fire is passed on that unit.
Yep.
Now, do we want to go into the Shaggy phase and then we can cut off?
Yeah, nice and quick. Yeah. It will be Precognition.
Okay.
Which doesn't go off, but I can reroll.
Yeah.
That goes off.
Okay, so 5+ invulnerable save.
And Scryer's Gaze. That goes off, and I get a command point.
You get a command point, so you're back on 1.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so this is how we're looking at the moment. We'll catch you back for the all-important shooting phase coming up next. Okay, quick mention, Shaggy is rusty, same as me. It's been 6, maybe 7 weeks in lockdown, so he forgot that Ultramarines can actually fall back and still shoot, and he does have 2 units on either side to assault in and get blood and guts. So he's actually fallen back. I have allowed it. I'm being nice again. See, I'm a nice person.
He's a nice guy.
And into the shooting phase we go now. Yep. So what are you going to start it all off with?
These intercessors over here will fire into the Genestealers.
So 10 shots.
10 shots, hitting on 3s, re-rolling.
Yeah, because Kalga's just there upon that rock.
He is saying, "Come at me, bro." And then wounding on 3s because of Catechism.
That's 1 to wound.
So re-rolling 1s because of the lieutenant.
Is he within 6 inches?
Yeah, I did measure to make sure. Just about.
Okay,
just about.
Perfect. So how many is that?
That would be 3, 6, 7.
7. Okay, so that's 6. We need to roll 1 more. No 5s again. So 2, 4, 6, 7 Genestealers slain on that side. That's a good start for you.
I'll let you take them off.
Yeah, we can move them at the end. So I'll just put a 7 up here just so we remember before we actually forget. And then you can move on to the next volley of shots. Yeah, perfect. We can do. Let's see if my luck is as lucky as before. Okay.
Let's see if it holds up. So 2s, rerolling 1s. Remember that even though I moved, I don't get a -1 because I'm now in the tactical doctrine.
Yeah.
Ultramarines ignore movement for all weapons in the tactical doctrine. So I hit everything.
Yep.
And now the all-important wound roll. So failed 2, but reroll. And again, 1 fails. So 3.
Same as before. So 4 ups. I do pass 2. I think I'll do it as before because it was lucky.
Same as before.
I'll do the same as before. And actually, I did pass them all on 4s before. So I will re-roll this one for a command point, taking me down to 2. No, so D6 on there. Okay,
Only
2. I can't complain.
No.
Okay.
The next one.
Can re-roll there because remember you do have a.
I've only got 1 left.
Yeah.
So I'll try and save it for now.
Okay, next one.
Next one, hitting on 2s again. Rerolling. All hit. And wounding on 3s. This time all 4 wound.
Okay, all 4. This is a bit more tricky here. So 4 ups. Okay, 2 go through.
Need big roll here, big roll. That's a big roll, and that's a dead Swarmlord.
Dead Swarmlord. Ouch. Okay, so he should have died with that.
Let's be honest. With this turn anyway, he should have died.
This volley anyway. I was very lucky that turn. So that's the Swarmlord's gone and 7 Genestealers already. So let's move on to the next unit, which is...
Next unit will be the unit that fell back.
Okay,
the 5
so they're going to shoot with a -1
Genestealers.
into the Genestealers.
Yeah.
So you do get a -1, don't you?
I do get a -1 for falling back. Actually, I think it would be a -2. One, because I fell back.
Yeah.
And another one, because it's a heavy weapon.
That is very true. So
and the doctrine does not count if you're falling back or advancing.
Okay, so -2.
So -2. So
a couple of
pops up.
Hitting on 5s.
No, nothing, unfortunately.
Can't reroll.
Can't reroll, he's too far.
Okay, do you want to do these guys? Or do you want, because remember, you don't want to actually shoot
I don't want to
them.
kill them. No, I was saying I was firing them into those Genestealers.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so do you want to have a think about? Or?
I think I'll just fire these guys straight into your Genestealers over here. Because your Malanthrope, I could fire
Here's my
2.
Warlord, remember?
Could fire 2 into
What's the range?
36.
I think they're out of range.
I think they would be out, yeah. Just
Yeah.
out, actually, not
Just
that
out.
bad. So move forward, it's fine. So yeah, I'll fire the Eliminators into this Genestealer squad, actually.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Are you going for the extra round one?
We'll go for the extra rounds.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go for the extra round. So we'll fire 3. This time I won't be using the +1.
Okay, is it D3 shots?
D3 shots. So that would be 3, 4, 5, 6 shots. Hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. All hits. And wounding on 3 because they are strength 5. So just 1. So you got 3, 4, 5 wounds.
5 wounds. Okay, 5 ups. I failed them all again. So that's an extra 5. So 5 and 7. I think that's the unit gone. That's 12.
There's still 2.
2 left.
2 left.
Because that unit is still full.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
Let's just do one thing. Let's make sure that I am in range. Yes, yeah, definitely they're all in range. Well, if you were to take out
wait, what? Wait, I think I actually forgot to take a couple out. Who did they shoot first turn?
First turn, they shot at the
yes,
the Broodlord.
Okay, yeah. So I'm doing it right.
Yes, we're okay. We're okay. So if you were to take off from the first volley some of the ones here, these 2 would be out of range.
You can actually see them still.
Yeah, but the range.
Okay,
so if you were to take off,
I'll do that.
And then that way,
those 2. Yes, I do have sign-ups from him. I think it's 12.
Yeah, so
probably be within range anyway. Is it within 12? Okay, so they will be fearless.
Yeah.
So what are the other 3 shooting?
The other 2 will fire into this unit here.
Okay. 3, no? 3.
2, because you killed one.
I killed one, yes. I killed something.
The other 2
into the
D3s. So just 2 shots. Rerolling the 1.
Who's the captain? Yeah. 3's 2 wounds.
3's 1 wound.
1 wound.
So just 1 save.
5 up. Nope, so that's 1 dead from this unit.
Yeah.
I'll take him off. It's quicker.
Yeah.
Okay, and now do you want to think? Or there's a couple of units still to shoot. They're probably out of range.
Yeah, they're out of range.
The Swarmlord is now removed as well.
Out of range, yeah.
And the aggressors, you don't really want to shoot at them.
No.
So I think that concludes your shooting phase.
It really does. It really does.
Okay.
I think we can go straight into the charge. And then
roll the charge, and then we'll go into the fight.
So infiltrators, they're in. And the aggressors
fight as well.
Yeah, they're in.
Okay, so we'll move these 2 units into combat, and we'll catch you back for the fight phase. See you now. Okay, here we go. Fight phase. I think that's the last we'll see of those Genestealers.
I hope so.
Maybe my 5-ups, which have been failing, will now appear.
Who knows? So, we'll go with the aggressors first. So, hitting on 4s. No rerolls because no one's close enough to give him rerolls.
Okay.
And so all that hits, and your toughness 4, your strength is super, and it's wounding on 2s. Because it's ×2.
Okay, cool.
Okay. 3, 6.
So
7.
did I do catalyst?
You still have catalyst.
Still have catalyst. So how many?
3, 6, 7.
7.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're dead. I failed 4. I passed 3, but there's only 3 left. So That's them dead, and that concludes your turn, doesn't it?
That concludes
you did heal with the apothecary one of the aggressors, didn't you?
I did, yes.
Off camera,
yes.
just so people know. Okay, perfect. And he's up to full strength because he does deal D3 and
It's D3. I rolled a 4.
a 4. So you got up all the wounds. Okay, so ouch, ouch, ouch. It's not that ouch. It's just the points that
It's
you're
the points that
Because I do have most of my army still alive. All the heavy hitters are still alive, but it's just the points. This is what sadly happens sometimes with Maelstrom. Okay, so Blood and Guts, you scored 1 point there. And I did give you the extra point there, so you actually scored 2 points there. And then Assassinate is a skill, one enemy unit character was destroyed in this turn. Okay, so another point there. So that's 3 points. And then I think you score 1 point here as well. Score 1 point there if you kill more than that. And Warlord was destroyed. Okay, so if you kill my Warlord, that's different. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 points there, taking you up to 11.
I would think so.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No.
We can count.
That we haven't lost that at least.
At least.
Lockdown nonsense. Okay, so on to my turn 2 we go. Catch you back after movement. Please, guys, behave a bit. See you now. Okay, so here we go. So I did off camera remove Dominate last turn, so I could actually score 1 more, and I did get a good card, so at least I get a point. Secure Objective 3, which is just there in the middle of that castle there. I do still have Mission Critical Objective 2, which is just underneath those Ultramarines there, and then Devour, which is kill something in the fight phase. Now, I did want to stay with 2 CP because I did want to shoot my Hive Gun again, but I only managed to roll a 1 on this unit of Genestealers, and that made me have to actually reroll the advance, which I did get a 5 luckily, and I have moved up and kept out of line of sight of these aggressors just in case they start dying. They don't actually shoot me back like last time. And yeah, this castle has basically stayed exactly where it is, and there's no psychic phase. So straight onto the shooting phase we go, Shaggy.
Yep.
I will start off with the Hive Guard, and they will be shooting at those aggressors there, hopefully taking them out this turn. So 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I did want to shoot them twice, but I can't get unlucky. So they do have a -1, don't they?
Yes, Tigerius will be given.
Okay, so hitting on 4s. And I re-roll 1s. Okay, so not very good there again. So just 4 hits. And wounding on 3s. Only 1 wound.
So 1 -2, yeah?
Yeah.
So 5 up.
That's a pass. With invulnerable save. I can't shoot with them again,
Well,
so...
it's a normal save, no invul, because they were out of 1 inch.
Okay, so that's a 1 anyway. They do have a 3 up anyway. So okay, so next up, let's start with the Exocrines. Exocrines don't have line of sight on their aggressors because of this block here. So they will be firing at the what are they called?
Eliminators.
Eliminators. Okay, so there's a unit of 2 here, and the front one is 3 still.
Yeah, so we'll have 2 and 3.
Okay, so I'll shoot at the unit of 2 again. Okay. So first volley. Yeah, because I don't have to shoot at them at the same time. So first volley into the unit of 2, hitting on 3s.
Sorry.
Yeah.
They fire how many shots?
6, and then they can fire again.
Usually that kind of rule, you have to fire everything at 1.
I'll double check, but I'm quite
the
sure.
The same way with the battle cannon for the Leman Russ. I'm pretty sure you have to fire it at the same time.
Okay, let's do 6 anyway. We'll check it and then we'll do that. So, okay, so first 6 hitting on 3s.
Yeah.
Rerolling 1s.
4s.
Why?
Because they normally hit on 4s, the Exocrine. They don't have the +1.
No, Exocrine hit on 3s.
Oh, so it's, sorry,
+1.
the Tyranids. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Effect. So I do reroll this one.
Okay.
So that's a miss. And then strength 7, so 3s to wound. Only 2 wounds. -3.
So 4 ups.
Yeah.
So 1 save.
Goes to damage 2. So
damage
1
2.
is actually
one
is actually dead. Let me check if I can actually shoot at something else.
Yep.
Anyway, I haven't killed the unit, so let's just quickly finish off the save of the unit, and then we'll check again. So re-rolling 1s, so that's a bit better.
A lot better.
And wounding on 3s, and that's a lot better.
4.
So 4 wounds at -3.
So all 5s. No.
Okay, so he is actually dead. So at least to remove the unit there.
Yeah.
Before I actually shoot the other exocrine, I will check what Shaggy says. And I'll catch you back now. Okay, second exocrine opening up into this intercessor squad there. We have checked, and you can actually split fire, but you have to declare which units you're firing in, which is exactly what we were going to do. I declared these 2 units, but then again we're now shooting into a separate unit with all of its shots. So hitting on 3s, because you don't have a -1, I do reroll 1s. I've remembered this time. Okay, and wounding on 3s. That's not a bad roll.
That's a very good roll.
Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. 8 wounds.
-2.
-3. 3. Yeah,
6s.
6s.
2
Okay, I'm happy with that.
Damage 2.
Damage 2 each, yeah, and you're not within range of a banner
6.
or the Feel No Pain. So 6 dead. This is where exocrines really do well. Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Okay, and next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start shooting the Tyrannofexes, and now that you did move the Contemptors into my line of sight, thank you very much.
I had to be nice.
I didn't have to move. I will shoot into the dark blue helmeted one.
Okay.
Because, do you know why? Because I like the white helmeted one, so I want him to survive a bit longer.
I would have swapped them.
Okay, so again, firing twice because they didn't move, but these do hit on 4s and not 3s. So hitting on 4s, hitting on 4s. Their ballistic skill is 4+.
But they get a plus. They don't get
it.
Okay, carry on.
So 3 misses and no reroll. Sadly, this is why I don't take Tyrannofexes. And strength 10, wounding on 3s. I do have 1 command point left.
You do indeed.
I will use it on here to try and wound with this. And 2 wounds. So 2 wounds at -3.
So 5 ups. One
goes through. Damage D6. Okay. That's a 5. You do ignore them on 6s.
Yep. All go through.
Okay, so that's a good chunk out of 1. And then what I'll do, I'll try and finish it off with the other exocrine. Shaggy, do you want to actually see if the one closest to you actually has line of sight on?
Oh yeah, they both do.
They do. Okay. So 6 shots again. Yeah, I'll go all into him because I do need. Because these fire twice, so let's be naughty here. I will split fire. I will go 3 shots into the wounded one and 3 shots into the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so into the wounded one, hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s. Oh, that's 2 hits. That's 3 hits, and 3s to wound. Here's where I miserably fail. 2 wounds.
2 wounds. Okay.
So 2 5 ups.
Oh,
+1, naughty boy. Okay, so D6, that's 4.
And 6s. No, takes 4.
Okay, so at least I've severely crippled it.
Yes.
And then onto the white masked one, that's 2 hits, 3s to wound, 1 wound only.
5 up. Nope.
No,
damage.
D6, 3.
Saves 1, so 2.
Okay, so 2 down. Down to 10 on him, and then what I'll do is I'll charge both units. Yeah, I'll charge both units. They can't overwatch, so just 2 shots each from them.
And 12 6s, and they'll automatically wound.
Yeah. So
nothing.
Do you reroll?
No, because there's no one close enough.
Yeah, and the captain's out anyway.
There,
Okay, so let's see what I get. I do get 11, so they do certainly make it in. We'll move them up and we'll catch you back for the fight phase. Okay, fight phase time. The best phase when you're playing Genestealers.
Or the only phase.
Okay, so what I've done is 5 of them I have already piled in. 5 of them would be going into the aggressors, and 8 of them would be going into the infiltrators on this side. Okay, so all these attacks, they get 4 attacks each because there's more than 10, are going into the aggressors first. Hitting on 3s. Okay, you did have to have put a -1 on someone. We forgot about that.
Oh, I put it on the aggressors.
You put it on. That's why I was. But it's not in combat, is it?
Does it count as well in combat?
Counts in combat as well. Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, go and check. Go and check. I'll move the 3. I'll remove the 3s and put them to one side. Anyway, that's a 1.
Yeah, until the end of the battle round.
Okay. So -1 to it. So all these are misses as well. Okay. And then I wound on 5s because you got toughness 5.
Toughness 4. Those are the ones going on against the aggressors?
Yeah, these are into the aggressors. Okay, so 1 -4, so 1 wound goes through, and then
no, it doesn't. Yes, because of the distance of the.
Yeah.
Yep. So that goes through. Damage 1.
Okay, but you are within an inch.
I don't think I'm within. An
Yeah,
inch.
I think that's within an inch.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you do have a 6 up.
So we'll do it on him and the invul saves.
Okay.
And then the 3, I'll do it on.
So no, wait. That was the.
That was the invul for the -4.
Okay, and then 3 at -1.
3 at -1. All saved.
Wow. Okay. Moving on now.
Moving on swiftly.
All the others will go into these guys here. So I do have to roll all these dice plus all those dice as well. Okay, so I'll do them in 2 separate sets. So these are hitting on 3s. That was a 3.
Yep.
Okay, so move these, and I'll also wound with these. So wounding on 4s. So
that's one goes 3.
that's one goes through plus 2 wounds, and then all these again. Oh, this is a problem with you when you're having camera as well. Okay, so hitting on 3s on these.
Nice. It's a good roll.
Yeah.
Need that again.
And now I need no, I need more than that. I need 6.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that was one of the rolls. Okay, so
that's a lot of 6s.
That's good. Okay, so in total, let me bring these guys.
Yeah.
To this side, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds.
That's 3 dead.
But you do you get the 6 inches from the Feel No Pain? I think you do.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so 6 ups.
Yep. So
one
gets
survives,
saved.
so 2 dead.
Yeah.
And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds at -1.
1, 2, 3, 5. Yes.
Yeah, 5 wounds at -1, so 4 ups.
So
And 6 ups.
these and.
Okay, so another one dead and 1's on 1 wound.
Yeah.
And then do you want to quickly attack back?
Oopsie daisy.
Okay, so you're getting the wound marker? Okay, perfect. Just
perfect.
Okay, and now you can attack back.
Yes.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 from the infiltrators.
2, 4, 6, 8.
That's
10.
the sergeant, isn't it?
That's the sergeant, yeah. So no rerolls again.
Okay, that's better.
And
4 souls.
So that is 4 wounds.
4 wounds. No catalyst this time. So just 5 ups here. And I do pass 2, so not bad there.
Yep.
Take 2 off, and then the aggressors 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 attacks in total. Because the sergeant has 4 attack standard, doesn't he?
He has 4 attack standard.
Is he 4 or is he 3?
3 attack standard. No, actually no. He's 3 attack standard.
So plus 4, so 4.
4.
4 in total. Okay,
Yeah.
so 2 attacks on these each. So 2, 4. Do you want to check?
I think it's...
Yeah, let's check and catch you back. Okay, so my first calculation was
correct.
Okay.
13.
13 attacks. -1 to hit.
Yep, so
because they are
4.
power fists. Unless you want to attack with the normal.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't make a difference, does
But
it?
you wound on 2s.
Wound,
so
I'll
that's
keep
it.
the wound in
Yeah.
2s.
So, and you don't reroll because Palga is out of range.
Oof. 4.
Okay, 4 wounds. I do have 5 ups. 3 more dead.
That's right.
And I don't have sign-ups, remember, this time, so 3 more dead. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So I've lost a total of 5 this turn. I do have leadership 9, so I do have to roll.
Just roll.
6,
11.
So 5, 11, so 2 more dead.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay, and then you do have to do your leadership as well. So
Yeah,
how many
so-
have you lost in total here?
3. 3 because it's a squad of 6.
Okay.
So 3 plus 4.
That's fine. 4, 5, 6, 7, that's fine. And the aggressors haven't lost any.
They're fine.
Now, are these troops?
They are troops.
Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6 troops within 3 inches, and we do have to measure how
I
many.
think you. How many did you say you had?
I've
5?
got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've
I
got
think
6.
this guy's going to be out of the center. Look at that.
Okay, so he's
He's out,
He's
so
out.
you've
So
got it.
only 1, 2, 3, 4 guys. That means that I do get objective number 2 because I do have troops more models than you. So that's interesting because I do secure 1 point for secure objective 3 on my side over there. And then mission critical, I do gain D3 if I capture it. If the objective marker was controlled by, no, you get 1, but if it was controlled by your enemy, by your opponent, and you
which it was,
I do get D3. So D3, hopefully a good roll. Obviously it's not a good roll, so that's 2 points, and I still haven't killed anything in the fight phase, so only 2 points there. No first strike. On to turn 3 for the Ultramarines. Catch you back now. Quickly before we forget, the intercessor on this side did lose 6. So on a 3 or lower, he is fine. No, so 1 more is actually, yeah.
Come on, reroll.
Death to the False Emperor. You remember?
No, not Death to the False Emperor. Come on.
What is it called? We shall know no fear. That's it. Too many rules.
Oh, that's worse.
Oh, that's worse. So 3 removed, removing only
the sergeant
remaining there on top of that rock. Okay, so now the turn is over for sure. We'll catch you back after movement. Okay, turn 3. Now, we have been talking off camera whilst we've had a little cheeky takeaway or break, haven't we? Was it nice?
Yes. Oh, lovely.
That this could go on my favor because the units that I actually have can do a lot of damage to what I have. But Shaggy is running away with the points on the Maelstrom, and look at these cards now. So secure objective 2, which is here again. This objective has been very, very important this game. And then secure objective Primus, which is one of the Ultramarines one, is if you do take and hold or storm and defend this turn, which look here, take and hold, you actually score a victory point. So very easy for him to get 2 points this turn. And then master the warp, which is quite easy as well with Tigurius.
+1.
With this +1, he does get an extra point there. I will give him Master the Warp for the extra, point, just because he may fail the psychic phase. Which one did you give me before?
I carried on with the, what's it called, the Dominus one? Dominate, wasn't it?
Dominate? No, Dominate wasn't there.
And well, it was the one that you had to kill in close combat.
Okay, which I have discarded.
Yeah, okay. I've discarded. So when you draw your next ones, I'll choose again.
Perfect.
So, litanies.
So yeah, litany first.
Yeah, so both of them will be going on the intercessor unit. So catechism first, that will go off. And the recitation of focus, that goes off as well. Finally
both go off.
Yeah.
Okay, so interesting. Now, psychic phase, we can do the psychic phase, which is important because you do gain 2 CP if you actually cast 1, I believe. If you manifested or denied a psychic power during this turn, and if you do 3, which you can't, you get D3. Okay.
So one. So we'll do Scryer's Gaze.
Okay, Scryer's.
I get a command point, so I'm up to 2, and I will do Smite.
It goes to as well?
10. I'm going to reroll.
I'm going to fully reroll, okay, because you do get the +1. 6, 7, 8, 9,
same
10.
thing.
Same thing. Exactly the same.
So
D3 onto this unit?
Just 1.
Just 1, so 1's dead. Take him off. Okay.
Excellent.
And that basically already confirms that you do get 4 points with these cards here. But let's go back to the game. So you haven't fallen back with anything, have you?
Yes, I fell back here.
Okay, so they're fallen back. Okay, so just to make sure, because they look quite close, so you have to be an inch away. Okay, and these guys, so they are they're not in combat basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so shooting phase. What are you going to start that off?
We'll start off with the 3 snipers that
have come down
because they were too far away from everything.
Okay.
So I'll fire the 3 of them either into... actually, we're going to do a cheeky one. Since you're indirect firing me, I'm going to indirect fire
Didn't I kill one of them?
You killed the other squad.
And then the other one fired at...
No, you didn't fire the other. Yeah. You fired everything into the intercessors. That's what that was.
Yeah.
Okay. So the 3 of them
are going to fire into the Genestealer?
Into the.
Okay. With the indirect fire.
So hitting on 3s, re-rolling the 1.
Okay, for the captain. Because it's heavy, but you don't...
I don't, because this is the last turn I can be in the tactical doctrine.
Okay.
Okay. And strength 5, toughness 5.
Toughness 5, yeah.
Okay, so 4s. So 2 go through.
2 wounds.
I don't think they do mortal wounds, these.
Yeah.
-1.
Do you want to go checking? Oh, -1. I do have a 4 up. So one's passed and one's gone through, Shaggy.
Okay.
Just check if they do mortal wounds and what the damage output is.
No, but they actually add 2 to their hit roll, which is interesting. So
okay, well, anyway, they all hit
anyway.
And they're -1.
Yeah, so damage 1.
And damage 1 and no mortal wounds.
No mortal wounds.
Okay, so just one wound on one of them,
yeah.
which I'll get a wound marker now, and I've actually put them down. And I'll just put a wound here, just to remind me.
Okay,
and then,
the captain.
The captain, okay. Cheeky shot into the Genestealers, okay.
Hits.
Okay, that's a hit. That's a wound because it's strength. I think it's strength 4 anyway, but anyway. That's a 5+ vulnerable save.
That's a save.
Yeah.
Okay. We can do all the aggressors into the Genestealers.
Okay.
Would you like me to roll all that?
Let's do that off camera. Is there anything else to shoot that we can do?
We can do the intercessors into this.
Yeah.
So called the X-Crane.
X-Crane, yeah.
Okay, so
you're going into the X-Crane. Remember, the X-Crane has a 5+ invulnerable save, and
it's the only thing that's the
range with.
The range.
Okay.
Okay. So hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, all hit.
Hitting on 2s because of the litany.
Yep. And wounding.
The toughness 8 normally, so 6s, so down to 5s.
There we go. Rerolling 1s. So 2 wounds at -2.
-2. Okay, so 5 ups. Nope, both fail, so damage 2 each, so damage 4, taking it down to 8 wounds left there.
We will do Kalga into the Genestealers over here.
Yeah.
So 4 shots, because his gauntlet is rapid fire 2, but it acts like a bolt weapon, so it fires like a bolt weapon, so I can shoot to max. So all hits. I think it's strength 5. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant, so that's 3 wounds.
Okay, 3 wounds. I do have 5 up invulnerable only anyway, so that's fine.
Strength 4.
Okay, so 1's dead only. I do pass 2. So 1's dead. Do you want to remove him from play? So that's the first time the Chapter Master actually shoots this game, and when Chapter Masters start firing, you know it's going down.
The intercessor from here into
the lonely intercessor,
the lonely Genestealer. So 1-on-1.
Lonely intercessor into the lonely Genestealer.
Wounds.
A story of loneliness. He's dead. Okay, so that's the last of that Genestealer. Thank you very much.
Okay. And finally, the big guys.
Yeah. So you do have these guys as well, remember?
Yeah, but I want to see if they can fire into them.
Okay, we'll check that. Yeah. When we do these off camera, we can check that. Okay, so first one into the Tyranid effect.
Yeah, so I'll do
closest to me.
The wounded one first.
Okay,
so
4s. On 4s, yes. You haven't moved, right?
I have, but it doesn't matter.
Okay, true. I keep on forgetting that.
So 2 hits.
Okay, not bad. I'm happy with that. And
2 wounds.
3's 2 wounds. 6 ups. No, both go through because it is -3, so 2d6.
Double 6. That's not double 6.
5. Okay, they do have 12 wounds, I believe.
Yeah.
I'll just check that.
I would assume.
Yeah, and
the next one.
The next one. Yeah. This one's the one that is unwounded, so hitting on 2 still. It is on his top brackets.
So all hit.
And 3's 2 wounds. Into the same one, right?
Yes. The 1. So 3 wounds.
So 3 wounds. Again, looking for 6s here. I do pass 1. So that's another 5, so 10 wounds in total. Do you want to reroll that?
I will reroll the 2.
Okay, do you want me to check how many wounds it has?
No, because I'm
You're going to reroll anyway?
I'm going to reroll anyway, unless it had a 10.
It's going to be a 1.
Which is never going to be.
No, okay.
So it's dead.
It's dead, yeah. Does it blow up? No, it doesn't. That's a 3. Okay, so that's the end of the shooting we can do on camera. Obviously, we can do more shooting off camera, but let's do all this off camera and then check line of sight on these as well, and we'll catch you back now. Okay, here we go. 14 wounds, I believe it was.
14.
14 wounds done into the Genestealers. Remember that when they fall back, they don't get the extra shots. And we forgot to mention that the Apothecary brought one back with his reroll, because he does reroll to bring things back, and one's back on 1 wound there. So I do need to pass a lot of 5-ups here. Oh, that's a very good attempt, actually.
A very good attempt.
I wish I would have been rolling like that before, but that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds done. So yeah, that's this Genestealer unit removed from play. And then we did check line of sight onto the Hive Guard, which they could see, but they failed to wound. And I believe that ends your turn, doesn't it?
It does.
Okay, so back to cards. You do get 4 points here, Shaggy. Taking you up to 15, I believe.
I think so. 11, 4, 15, yeah.
Yeah, 15 to my 2. Ouch, ouch, ouch. On to turn 3 for the High Fleet Titan we go. Catch you back now. Here we go, turn 3 for the Tyranids, and I did discard my last card, so I could actually get 3 more cards into my deck of 5, and they're not bad. No prisoners, which is one I really want because I have got a lot of shooting. Area denial, which we've just mapped out, and if I kill the 2, what are they called?
Victrix on a guard.
Victrix on a guard, I do get 1 point for the 6-inch bubble there, so if I actually kill them, I do get 2 points here. And then secure objective 5 is here, but I'm just not gonna move, even though I do have these guys here, but they will not be in range anyway, and
not this time.
Yeah, but they'll die if I move them forward.
Yeah, true.
So I'll just put it here so I can actually discard it later on. Okay, so no psychic phase again. We can go straight onto the shooting phase.
I'll mark that one for the -1 this turn from Tigurius.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Let's do that. Okay. So I'm going to start with the shooting phase, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot the first exocrine. I'm going to go 6 shots into this volley, and 6 shots into these guys here.
Cool.
Okay, so 4, 5, 6. Okay, first volley into them, hitting on 3s. Okay, and I do reroll that 1 into a 2, obviously, and 3s to wound. 2 wounds.
-3, yeah?
-3, so 6 ups.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're not within 6 inches?
Not within 6. Nope.
Okay,
not this time.
So 2 dead.
2 dead. Well, the one with 1 wound.
1 wound and another one.
The other one.
Okay,
left.
and then the other volley of 6 will go into the Victrix guard, so hitting on 3s. Okay, just 1 miss there. And wound, are they toughness 4?
Yeah, toughness 4.
Okay, so these 2
that's
wounds.
that problem.
Okay, so 3 wounds. Are they 3 wounds each?
2 wounds each, I believe.
No, I think they're actually more than 2 wounds.
I'll check anyway, but...
Let's do so 3 up and 1 over 6.
3 up and 1 first. So
okay,
1
so
fails.
1 goes through.
I'll check the...
Yeah, go and check, and we'll carry on firing after the break. Okay, 1 wound remaining, like I said, 3 left. So the next exocrine is going to go first volley of 6 into there, and the next volley into the Victrix. God, I said it right. Okay, so into the Victrix. 1 miss, 2 misses, 3 misses, but I reroll these ones. Okay, so 1 miss in total, and then 3 to wounds. 3 wounds, 3 ups. Okay, that means that 1 is slain.
1 is slain.
Yep, and then the next 6 into those intercessors just for the back there. Hitting on 3s. Oh, look at those. Look at this, Shaggy. Look at this. This is why.
Beautiful. Thank you. You're so nice. So
okay, 2 hits, 2 wounds, -3.
We'll start off with him that has the 5-up pinball.
Okay.
No, damage 2.
Damage 2, so 2 6-ups.
6s.
Okay, so
Nope,
1's dead. Does he shoot back?
Yep.
Yes, he does. So do you want to have that
cheeky
quick
one
shoot?
at the
back into him?
So reroll. Hits. 6s to wound. With a catechism.
Wound, yeah. 6s to wound.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay. And
then another 2.
Another 1.
Another wound, yeah. So we start again. So invulnerable save.
No,
fails,
no invul this time. So
no invul, why?
Because he's out of
okay,
1
inch. And then
still failed,
yeah.
But the 6-up feel no pains. Nope.
Okay, and does he shoot back? No, he doesn't. Okay,
so
we got there in the end.
Yes, we made
so
it.
Many stages. Okay, so that's the 2 exocrines. What I'll do now is I'll fire the Tyrannofex into the severely the more wounds one. So this one here.
Okay.
So and that's the one with the -1, isn't it?
Yes,
so I'm hitting
correct.
5s. So I won't actually do that. Let me do something else. Can you actually check if the Tyrannofex can actually see any of the aggressors? And can you see the other Contemptor?
You can see both Contemptors.
Okay, so I'll shoot into the one with the -1
Sounds
and just try and remove him from play. Okay, so hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s. Okay, so 1 miss, that's not bad, and I can get that one in, that's better. And now wounding on 3s, here is where I actually probably fail. Okay, 3 go through, so 5 ups.
3 5-ups.
Don't be naughty.
I
Don't
was
be naughty.
I was
Yeah,
naughty.
you were naughty. I knew they was coming. You always do these when you most need it. It's like, here you go, 3 6s.
Ouch.
Ha 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 ha.
Authority.
Okay, and lastly, I've got the Hive Gun. Now I'm going to split fire a bit. I'm going to go 1 into here. I need to start like killing these units. So I'm going to go 1 into here.
To kill a unit.
Yeah, 1 here,
2.
1 there, and then I'm going to go 3 into the Victrix in the
You
middle.
need it, yeah.
Okay, so
That'd be interesting if you can do all 3.
that would be nice. So into this one first. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s. 2 hits.
Cool.
Strength 8, so 2's 2 wounds. 2 wounds, -2.
So 5 ups.
1 goes through.
Damage.
Damage D3.
Ooh.
Is it 2?
It's a dead.
So he's dead. He's not within 6 inches. That would be more
I
than
counted
that.
before.
So that's a good start. Now into the other lonely intercessor on that side. Hitting on 3s, that's 2 hits. And wounding on 2s. Obviously I did get the 1.
But that's
-2.
all you need? No.
No, he's saved. And then I do the other 3 into the Victrix guards in the middle. Hitting on 3s. Okay. And wounding on 2s. Obviously I get 2 1s.
So 3 ups.
He passes them all.
Victrix.
I should have actually split fire, but I did want to get at least 1 point for no prisoners.
I mean, if you would have gotten all 3 of them, it would have been 2 points, I think, for no prisoners. I think it stacks, so...
Sorry?
I think you would have gotten more points.
No,
3 to
I
5.
needed to kill 3.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If you would have killed...
Yeah,
if you would have killed all 3.
So yeah, that's my turn. 3 gone.
Mm-hmm.
I did get a point for no prisoners, at least, taking me up to 3 points, I believe.
Yeah.
And I will stay with... I will discard secure objective 5, and that's it, basically.
Okay.
1 point onto your turn 4. Okay, turn 4, cards for Shaggy, again, really good cards. Defend 4 and secure 4, which are actually just here, and this Captain in Phobos armor. Phobos armor?
Phobos.
Yeah, is actually within 3 inches already as he's moved down. So this will probably be at least 3 points because I can't actually target him. So he's gonna get defended for sure. And then overwhelming firepower, everything is probably gonna go into that wounded exocrine, and probably will achieve it that as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you have to make that one for the extra point, because there is always a chance of actually failing. So yeah, you didn't actually mark one of mine, did you?
No, but I would have marked area denial because
it was more difficult.
It was more difficult because I knew the Victrix.
No, you would have actually marked the objective 5.
True, because you were the one saying that you weren't going to go for it anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 5. Movement is over. Again, a bit of reshuffling here and there.
Yeah.
Most of the mills have moved up, and then this little castle on this side are just moving between these 2 rocks here. So we can go into the litanies.
Yeah. So both will go again into the intercessors.
Okay.
Recitation of focus goes off.
Yeah.
And catechism of fire goes off.
Okay.
Also, I will say that I am in the assault doctrine.
Yeah.
Because it's now turn 4.
Okay.
And you have to.
You have to now, yeah.
And I will do the healing now before I forget again.
Yep.
So healing the one with 1 wound.
Ah, there's one with 1 wound?
Yeah, so there should be one with 1 wound. He's now full.
Okay, he's full. Okay,
Yeah.
I missed that roll, I think, but fine. Okay. So all back up, and now we can go into the psychic phase.
Psychic phase, yeah. So Scryer's Gaze.
Yeah, again. So fire up invulnerable.
So
+1.
Scryer's Gaze, that fails because that's the 7.
Okay. And now for the command point?
No, That's for Scry's Gaze is the command point on a 7. Now it goes off because of the +1.
That's for Can't you reroll?
That's what I did. I rerolled for Scry's Gaze.
Okay.
I was doing Scry's Gaze, not
So one more command point taking you up to
2, I think.
2 again?
Yeah.
Okay, because you did use 1.
And I'm just out of
Smite.
I will try. What's the leadership of these things?
I would need to check.
I think they're probably 10 anyway.
Yeah. Do you want to get the invulnerable save just in case it clears?
Yeah, I'll go for the invulnerable save. That goes off.
Perfect.
I mean, once I got the 4, you knew it was done.
Okay, so that's the end of the psychic phase.
Yeah.
We've done the apothecary rule. We've done the litanies on camera, and we'll catch you back now for the shooting phase. Okay, here we go. Turn 4 shooting for Shaggy. Something which we missed, but we have checked the camera, and he was hitting really well anyway, so he would have removed the turn effects with ease. It's the -1 from the Malamthrope. That's why he's there, guys. But at least it was the first time he was shooting at. Yeah. And we have checked some of the footage, and he was hardly missing. And you did have full rerolls anyway. But we will do it right this time. So you will be shooting the Contemptors now into the Exocrine.
Yep.
They have moved, and there is a -1 inbuilt from the Malamthrope. So -2 from the Contemptors. So you're going to start with the fresh one first?
Fresh one first.
Well, freshish.
Fresh.
So -2, so hitting on 4s.
Exactly.
But re-rolling.
So all hit.
There you go. Yeah, that's what we were talking off camera, that he would be re-rolling anyway, so the -1 isn't that good. And you do re-roll those 1s.
So 3 wounds.
So 3 wounds. 5 ups. 2 go through. Okay, 8. So
that's decent.
6. So 2 left. And now this one would be hitting on 6s, Shaggy.
Go for it.
Yeah. You will roll anyway, and you always roll 6s like that. See? Always. This is why This is why I hate playing you with death cards.
But then
because your disgusting resilient just doesn't fail. So 2 wounds, 3 wounds. So I do need to pass at least 3, at least 2. That's him dead.
Just roll.
Just roll. Yeah, that's him dead. So that's the Exocrine dead. Does he blow up? No, he doesn't. But that's the Exocrine dead. And look, Shaggy, let's be honest. That gives you overwhelming firepower. You do score secure objective 4. This one would be 2 because I marked it as the extra point there. And then defend 4 is going to be grabbed by you because you are a character and you are obviously have a screen in front of you, taking you up to 20 points to my 3 points. Yeah. So let's not be silly. We could carry on and probably have at least 30 or 40 minutes more of gameplay, but your aggressors will be on me next turn and probably wipe out these Hive Guards, because you do have a lot of shots and they just have a 4-up save when they're not in cover. This Exocrine is gone. If you actually kill my next Exocrine next turn, my Warlord would be front row. And there's just not enough units for me to actually score enough points to compete against you. My cards haven't been the best, so let's not be silly about it. I would shake your hand, but we can do it. We can do it virtually like this. There you go, virtual shake. And yeah, congratulations, Shaggy. Well done, the Ultramarines. We'll catch you back for the end of game conclusions coming up next.
So guys, that's the end of the game. I think Pardo was very gracious and correct in saying the game was pretty much over. The Maelstrom was not on his side this time. That's the importance of putting your deck and building it from get-go. Build it as best as you can to your units. Try and take your opponent into consideration and just try and do the cards the best you can. I was lucky in some of the draws and I was lucky in some of the rolls. Pardo's first turn saving that Swarmlord was very scary for me, but my units did very well, so I'm very happy with that. I was very happy with Kalgar. This is the first time I've properly used him in a 2,000 point list. He's not as good as Guilliman, but he's not supposed to be. So he does give the full rerolls as you need for chapter tactic for the chapter master, but he does what he needs to do. So probably see him a few more times. Everything else worked very well. I was very lucky with some saves. I was unlucky with other saves, but all in all, the Contemptors did what they were meant to do. They shot and blew things off the table. The Swarmlord died pretty quick. Well, after that lucky first turn, and then everything else died after it. The full rerolls helps. I mean, there's nothing more to say to that. It was a lucky game with the draws, and yeah, can't wait to carry on playing with them. I think the aggressors did very well for what they did. Remembering to do their feel no pains, thanks to the apothecary, really helps. And yeah, there's not much more to say. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. And now, Pardo's conclusion.
So there you have it, guys, the end of the game, and what a thrashing in points. Actually, points-wise and game-wise, it's very, very different, even though Shaggy won me by, I believe, it was 17 points. It was quite close to the end, and like we explained at the very, very end, I had a lot of the units still in play, and a lot of the more powerful units which are really, really good against Primaris, especially intercessors, where they are 2/1s. Yeah, again, down to Maelstrom. I do love playing Maelstrom, but this is the negative side of playing Maelstrom, that sometimes if your opponent's cards are very, very good and are very, very lucky, obviously you do need a bit of luck in Maelstrom, they just run away with it, and it's exactly what's happened here. I did have a very good first turn defensive wise. I think I only lost the Broodlord, and that's because there's a really good strat with the Space Marines where they can target characters. Did it make much difference? I don't think the Broodlord would have been a game-winning unit. So I was happy with just losing him turn 1, especially after those 6 invulnerable saves from those las cannons on the Swarmlord. Would I have done anything differently? Not really. I think I played as best as possible. It was just down to the cards and the hitting on my bigger units. This is why I don't take Tyrannofexes a lot. Hitting on 4s, and if you have a -1 when you're playing things like a Light Talk or Shaggy's Tigurius giving -1 to another one, you're suddenly hitting on 5s with Tyrannofexes, which isn't the best of dice when you're actually wanting to kill stuff. So yeah, a really nice list. I think I'll play it again very, very soon, probably on SM+. So yeah, I'm happy with it. I've had a nice time. It's good to be back in the studio. And yeah, congratulations, Shaggy. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you want more content, remember to take a look at smbarrypots.com, where we've got the SM Plus section, and we also have our Patreon section to get access to Discord. So guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one. Cheerio!